Okay, so before we begin, I just want to say a big thank you to Cheerio, Oma, and Bayo for lending me their voices on this. And check out Cheerio's channel. Bayo and Oma are voice artists. Their Instagrams are in the description, so be sure to check those out. And one more thing, I forgot to include some things in the scripts. I put those in at the end of the video, so watch to the end to get the full story and enjoy. In the past, I've done some things that I'm not very proud of and people got hurt. The story I'm about to tell you is one of such occurrences. When it comes to women, relationships and sex, I often try to avoid putting myself in situations where I might hurt someone, but sometimes things go terribly wrong and, well, it's usually my fault. You see, despite there being so many beautiful women in the world, I've taken quite a few relationship L's, and as a result, it takes a lot for me to consider being in a serious relationship. And because of this, I'm usually very straightforward and honest with what I want. If I want a relationship, I'll say it. If I just want a hit, I'll say it. And bearing that in mind, I just want to point something out for the ladies. If a guy has not asked you to be his girlfriend, it doesn't matter what you guys have been doing. That is not your man, that is not your boyfriend, that is an entanglement. No this and no peace. Now, the story. So a few years ago, I met this girl who we'll call Jane. I won't bore you with the details, but we met through a friend who we'll call Coco. Jane and I immediately hit it off, flirting over text, and I wasted no time in making my intentions clear. I wanted to be friends with benefits. She said she was cool with it and we agreed to link up at her place a few days later. Fast forward to the day we're supposed to link, I'm with my boys Jay and Will when she comes to pick me up.
Bro, what? I'm telling you, there's no way that Omni-Man will lose against the Hulk.
Nigga, what are you saying? Hulk dogs that low budget Superman knockoff.
Alright, dog. Okay, now you're capping. Hey, yo, Will, hey, come here real quick. What do you think of this?
Man, I don't know, bro. Can he beat Goku, though?
Boy, if you don't shut yo, can he beat Goku? Hey, be quiet. Shorty's calling.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit.
Hey, baby girl, what's up? Oh, you're outside? Alright, I'm on my way.
Oh, my boy's about to go make a movie.
More like a short film.
I'm surrounded by idiots. We get to her place and Jay texts me and starts making jokes, just being a guy. I laugh it off and then put my phone on flight mode to pay attention to Jane. At first, we're just talking, but then things started to get heated. And just as I'm thinking, ooh, it's about to go down, she whispers in my ear, I'm still a virgin. Fuck. You see, when I met Jane, I was technically still rocking an unswiped V-card. It's a bit complicated, so you might want to check out my Just the Tip video for the full story. She didn't know this, of course. It was a J. Cole Wet Dreams type of situation, and with her being older and sounding experienced when we were texting, I assumed she wasn't, so this information came as quite a shock. I told her it was okay and that we didn't have to do anything she wasn't comfortable with. We continued to play around with each other's bodies for a bit before we eventually head back to school to hang out with our friends, after which we decided that I'd spend the night at our place and, well, let's just say we got busy that night and I got to swipe my V-card multiple times. I went back to campus the next day all excited and I head straight to the spot to hang out with my boys. We talk about what happened and they're making jokes. As expected, we all laugh and the conversation ends there. I probably shouldn't have told them, but I was young and I didn't know better. These were my boys and we trusted each other. There were no imposters among us. Ha! I am the king of foreshadowing. Jane and I would keep seeing each other for a while, but she wanted us to keep it a secret from Coco, which we did, but we never got into an actual relationship. Fast forward a few weeks and I began to take a liking to this other girl I'd known for a while before I met Jane, and she said she liked me too, so I decided I wanted to get into a relationship with her. One of the worst decisions I have made to this day, but it meant that I had to end things with Jane and, well, she wasn't very happy about it. You see, Jane apparently had some health problems that she had never mentioned prior to me trying to end things with her. Her bringing them up at this time was quite fishy because she was an athlete and she played for a class soccer team consistently. But at the time, I suffered from a chronic case of nice guy syndrome, so I felt bad leaving her and she knew this and took advantage of it. She would often talk about feeling sick, being unable to breathe and all that, and I'd go check on her to make sure she was okay, and whenever I got ready to leave, she'd pass out or have an episode and I'd stay with her a little longer. This would go on for a while, but come on bro, even nice guys have a limit. With a little bit of of motivation from a female friend who had asked for advice on how to end things completely, I eventually put my foot down and stopped seeing her because I was in a serious relationship and I wanted to spend more time with my girlfriend. Now, I personally think the whole story should have ended there, but Jane and others had something else in mind. So one evening, my girlfriend and I are hanging out with some of my friends when she and I leave together to go do relationship stuff. Get your mind out of the gutter. We come back to me, Coco and Jane talking to my friends. At first, I think nothing of it. After all, Coco and I had a lot of mutual friends and they had also met Jane. We walk up to them and Coco's like she'd like to speak to me in private. We go to a corner and she goes off on me, bro. You see, apparently she had found out about Jane and I from someone else and she knew that I had a girlfriend now, and for some reason she thought that I lied to Jane about wanting a relationship only to hit and then dump her. And this thought was further reinforced by the fact that Jane was actually heartbroken at the moment. I tried to defend myself, but she wasn't having it, bro, even creating a bit of a scene in front of my girlfriend in public. I'd later find out it was Jay who gave her the info. Remember I said I'd asked a female friend for advice on how to end things with Jane? Well, he knew the girl and for some reason he went through our texts. Then he took pictures of the parts where I was telling her about what happened with Jane and he showed these pictures to Coco. And when I say pictures, I mean he took literal pictures of her phone, not screenshots. Pictures. Coco and I would have a fracture in our friendship that would only get worse over time, and as for Jane, we didn't really talk to or see each other much until sometime in 2021. You see, one of my friends had just moved into the area and it would just so happen that Jane was his new neighbor. So one night I'm over at his crib and Jane pulls up to hang out with us. I'm in the kitchen cooking when I hear her say,
"Oh, yeah, Stello and I dated."
I'm confused as fuck. So I come out of the kitchen so I can hear her properly because it can't be me she's talking about. Hey, sorry, what did you say? It sounded like you said we dated.
Yeah, we dated. Don't you remember?
No, I do not.
What do you mean? Don't you remember? That night you slept over, you asked me and I said yes?
I was so confused, bro, because I did not recall asking this girl to be my girlfriend at any time. Like I said earlier, I told her from the start that I wanted to be friends with benefits. So where was all this coming from? I just cleared things up with her and told her we were never in a relationship. I do not know if she still goes around thinking that we were, but that's her choice to make and not mine. I'd run into her a few more times around school, with one of those times needing a whole video on its own, and I've been avoiding her ever since. Also, I have reason to believe that this girl might actually be part crazy Latina, but that is also a story for another day. So it's 4 a.m. I'm really tired. I've been drawing all night, but I forgot to include some things in my script. The first thing I forgot to mention was how I got to find out it was Jay who actually snitched. Well, one of the other guys in our friend group was the one who told me. You see, Jay had done him dirty before and he was mad about it. And then he also got to find out about this because I don't know, I think Jay told them about, I really don't know how he got to find out, but then he told me that, look, actually told me a few weeks later, look, this is what happened. The whole time you had the issue with Jane and Coco, it was Jay who masterminded everything. So there was that. The second thing I forgot to mention was that the girl who I had asked for advice, the one whose phone Jay took pictures of, he also tried to cause issues between she and I. Because when the whole thing blew up, I remember going to ask her for some more advice and she was just mad at me and attacking me for no reason. I was so confused. It was much later I would get to find out that, oh, he also spoke to her, and to this day, I do not know what he told her. Actually, I think I'm going to make a whole video on that guy. He has done a lot. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video and follow me on Instagram. Bye. Yes, I know I messed up. I shouldn't have told my friends what happened. I shouldn't have kissed and told. Yeah, but it is what it is and I shouldn't have done that. But I think things would have ended differently if Jane had just not had this entire delusion in her head that we were in a relationship. I'm not saying that I'm not at fault though, but come on, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. And yeah, I have nothing else to say. So be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Follow me on Instagram to be a part of my 100K journey. Thank you. I love you. Until next time, goodbye.